Hey, dear Tyler, good morning. I hope you're good. I hope you're fine. Happy new month. It's an exciting month. We've gone like 6 months. This is the 6th month of the new year, so we're about halfway through, which is really, really nice, cool, fun. I'm just really grateful to God for it, right? And it's been quite a ride, generally. So much has been spoken for the year, but we move on, right? And I'm excited because this month, dear Tyler is going to be a year old. So we've been doing this podcast for close to a year now, which is absolutely amazing. And I feel it's really befitting to to just kind of like use this period to just talk about something I feel that is really important. So for this month, we're going to be talking on prayer. And there are quite a lot of reasons why I decided to choose this. But the most paramount of all the reasons is the fact that I came to the realization over time that we truly are nothing without God. Our strength in life, especially as believers, is in direct proportion to the strength of our relationship with God. And there is no way that an individual will be able to get to know somebody else, right? If you don't spend time with the person. And spending time with the person deals with, communication. It's not just being in the same vicinity with the individual, or being in the same atmosphere, no. But then there has to be a consistent communication. And I think it's just good that we just talk about prayer in different lights. I have seen the struggle personally, and also with a whole lot of other people, on the whole aspect of prayer. And trust me, how it is here in detail. It's going to be very practical. So it's not like I'm just going to quote scriptures alone, but then bring out practical thoughts, practical truths that can be and should be beneficial to each and every one of us, right? So I'm actually preparing for a trip. I've got some illustration in Bauchi, and so I'll be leaving quite soon. So I'm just dropping this now for us. This is really going to be very brief, and I really hope that the month of June would really open us up to prayer and help us build a deeper connection with God. Tyler, we need Him. You see, I struggled with something recently, and last night I just lay down on my bed and I literally told myself this, and I was like, no matter how hard you try, right, Pinga, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put in, if you remove God from the equation, you will always find yourself in situations of pain, find yourself in situations of hurt, especially for the fact that you decided to live based on His laws, to live based on His principles. Do you understand? As long as you do that, as long as you keep Him out of the equation of your life, for the tiniest detail, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh, I remember God in quote big things, and then the little things I can handle it. No, the tiniest details. It's always going to be a struggle. So today's episode is called Hello God, and it's a call back to usually when you've not spoken to a friend in a while, the first salutation is hey. There's this little form of timidity, and it, would he answer, or would the person answer? How is the person's reception going to be, right? And so let's just take it like we're starting afresh with God. So today's topic is Hello God. Prayer is a sign of humility because it shows that you have come to terms with the fact that you need Him, that you are incapable of handling things yourself. In fact, the first thing is an acknowledgement of His existence. Every time that you pray to God, you've acknowledged that you truly believe He exists and that He actually hears you. Every time you don't pray, every time you don't speak to God, especially when you're going through things, it's an expression of unbelief. And I know a lot of times people will be like, don't only pray when you're in trouble or something like that. There's this little idea or this thought that it's like people that only pray when they're in trouble are not genuine or something. But yeah, some of the best times to pray is when you've gone down, when you're down and out, and everything is just messed up. Those are some of the best moments to pray. But anyway, like I was saying, right? Whenever you do pray, you acknowledge His existence, right? It's a real sign of humility. It's you saying that I factor you in to this situation. You are worth I'm looking for the right word, but you're worth hearing the information, right? That's what prayer does. Now, if you're someone like me, that maybe over life you've been left to fix yourself, or you're used to always solving your problems, most times you won't understand the necessity of prayer because you're looking for approval so much, and so you just end up doing a whole lot of things when you could be helped. I remember I was talking to my dad, my biological dad, recently, and we had a little rift, and I just reached out to him and apologized, and he made mention of something. He said, Binga, I'm not angry with you, it's just that you have a whole lot of people that can help you, but you never reach out. Now that's kind of like a syndrome that we do have, and mostly the life that we live with other people is just going to be a reflection of how we relate with God. And so, I don't know. Tyler, I'm encouraging you today. You could even start your prayers with hey God, hello God. Maybe sometimes the stereotype of how prayer should be approached, in Jesus' name, the usual salutation, maybe it doesn't work in some situations for you, and I think it's okay, because the person you're praying to is real. He's real. And so you could have that conversation like you have with your spouse, your kids, your friends, your colleagues. You understand? Oh, hey, hello. Or even if it's somebody that you've met for the first time. Like, hello, God. I don't think it's out of place to ask him how he is. How are you? Oh, God, I'm like in deep trouble. And I really need your help. I really need your help. And then you just let him know. Or probably you're going through an emotional trauma or something, and maybe it's a process that you have to go through, and you be like, hey God, like, hello God, I'm a wreck here. I don't know what to do. I feel lost, I feel alone, I feel abandoned, or I can't get my emotions in place, or I feel so much pain and hurt, just be real and, have that conversation with him. Or, if it's even the point of excitement, oh hey God, I so love this girl. I don't know how to handle my emotions right now, and I don't know if she's the one, or I don't know if I should, pursue. I think it's important that we get to the point that we could have real conversations with God. Have real conversations with God. I can promise you, right, you would know when the warfare dimension of prayer would come. Do you understand? You would know it. There will be days when you would come and then probably stretch in tongues, and you know that you are either interceding or, pressing into the things of God. But then there will be times that your prayers would literally be conversations. And it's absolutely out of place to believe that you've had a conversation with God when you've not gotten a response. And so in moments like this, quiet your spirit, quiet your soul. You don't even have to be in a quiet environment. Being in a quiet environment could be an advantage. It should be an advantage, but peradventure you don't have it. You don't necessarily need that whole quietness. You could really quiet your spirit, quiet your soul, and have those deep conversations with God and wait for his response, because God would answer. He would answer. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3 I think still remains my favorite verse. It says, call unto me and I will answer, and I will show you great and marvelous things that you know nothing about. I really do believe that you have conversations with God like this, he would answer. And the beauty about it is that the more you have conversations with God like this, the more familiar you get to know his voice. So you may not necessarily have a triggered conversation with God, maybe you did not initiate it, but then he may want to tell you something, and he may want you to, be the solution for it, and you'll be able to recognize that voice. You'll be able to recognize that voice. Something like for Elijah, even though I know a lot of people have misused that part of scripture where Elijah was on a mountain, and then the fire came, and then it was like God was not in it, then there was an earthquake, and then there was a wind. There was wind and everything, but God was not in all of those elements, and then there was a still small voice, and that was God in everything. And so they were like, God is no longer the God that answers by fire. No, please, that's a discussion for another day. This God still answers by fire. It's just that Elijah was so discerning to know the expressions of God, to discern between the expressions of God and his speakings, right? There are certain things that happen because of God's presence. They are still an indication of his heart, but they may not be a direct speaking. Do you understand? So, but anyway, the more time you spend having communications and conversations with God in this manner, the closer and the deeper you become with Him, and then, it's easier for you to identify His voice, just pick it out and all. I know I've been it's going to be tough, but I also want to imbibe the heart of prayer for myself. I think it's important. Dear Tyler, is a journey, and we go on this journey together. And so I think it's really important that I participate to its fullest, you understand? Participate to its fullest. The whole prayer journey. And so from today I'll be posting for every day in the month of June. I'll be posting just little prayers, hello God prayers. Instagram, I think WhatsApp, maybe Facebook. I would do that, just little prayers. Thanking God, let Him know how I feel, just appreciating Him, and just having those nice conversations, and hopefully we would also be able to walk in the same light, right? So let's just dedicate June to hello God, right? Every day, just either journal it, or in your prayer time, start with hello God. Start with hello God, or hello Father, hello Daddy, or hello Abba. Do you understand? And do your best, possible to have these real conversations with God. Real conversations with God. Right? I'm sure, like I said, the times that He needs you to press in, to intercede, and to do other things, that still culminate into the fullness of our Christian faith and activity, you would know He would prompt you to it. But never miss an opportunity to have a proper, full conversation with God. Is that okay, Tyler? So I've got to get ready. I think journey's like 5 hours plus or so. Got ministrations from tomorrow down till Sunday. So it's going to be quite a busy weekend for me, right? So to hear from me, right, on Hello God, I'll post it today, right? So thank you. Remember, I love you, I believe in you, and I'm always rooting for you. Bye.